There are a few different Superman figures out for the new movie right now. Are they worth picking up, and what's the difference between them? Let's open them up, check them out, and of course do some toy photography. So, Superman, the movie, comes out in just a few short weeks. The start of the new DCU. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. I'm a huge Henry Cavill Superman fan. The comment sections in my videos were always full of people making fun of me for Batman vs. Superman being my favorite movie. And it is. I just watched the Ultimate Edition the other day and I got teary-eyed again. That being said, I am so deeply excited for this movie and for this new DC, this new James Gunn era of DC. I'm excited for DC to thrive. I'm excited for people to love Batman and Superman and DC again, just like with Marvel and all of that. That just makes me so excited. And I think this is finally the beginning of it right here. And I've got the first-ish kind of action figure for Superman right here, and we got Krypto in here. I've actually got more than just this one Superman figure. I've got this one right here, which was generously sent over to me by McFarlane Toys themselves. McFarlane, Todd, thank you so much. I've also got this figure and this figure right here. I actually found both of these on a recent toy hunt video that I did. Found them in Target, so if you're a fan of toy hunts, I've been putting those out every Monday recently. So these are all almost the same figure, except for this one is just battle damage. That's the gold label. This one's just regular Superman. This one has a wired cape, I think. Got extra hands, faces. It's even got Krypto, plus the packaging is just so good. I love this Superman over here. Like, that's so cool. This just makes me so excited, and I can't wait to do this video. I'm just a very, very excited boy right now. Very excited. So I'm gonna open up these two figures here, compare them, see what the differences are, and then of course just do a normal shooting and reviewing video. What do you say? So if you want to pick these two figures up, or any of these figures, I'll have as many links in the... Oh, hey, Venom. Venom, this is not a Spider-Man or a Venom video. This is a Superman video, so you're not allowed. You can sit down. There you go. But I'll have as many links in the description of this video to pick these figures up if you want to pick them up. Target, GameStop, all of those places. You should be able to find them in store too if you're lucky. I've been finding this guy in Target like crazy, so he seems very readily available. So go out, look for him, or just go into the description of the video and you'll find it right there. So I have already got my IMAX tickets purchased, ready to go for the first opening night on Thursday for this movie. Man, I can't wait. I know I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. Everyone's gonna lose all respect for me as a man after that, and that's totally okay. It's gonna happen, it's inevitable. There's probably a whole lot more in this movie that will be revealed that maybe we'll get figures for? I don't know. Are we gonna see Batman? I don't know. Okay, here are our two Supermen, and for the most part, the figure itself, the base figure, is the same. They're exactly the same. You know, they've got the same hands and faces and everything. It's just the main difference on the base figure is the cape. We've got a cloth cape and we've got a rubber cape. And what's weird is some people prefer the rubber cape. I prefer the cloth cape every day, times a million. Some people still prefer the rubber cape, and so there's definitely still precedent for still having the rubber cape, besides the fact that it's, you know, I'm sure much cheaper to manufacture. This is not just a cloth cape, it's a wired cape. And like, the fact that McFarlane is providing wired capes at this price point is kind of insane. Hasbro, come on, what are you doing? Venom, what are you doing? Because dude, come on, man. It's very incredibly functional. Like, that is just so good. The fact that you can get just like Superman blowing in the wind at this kind of price point figure is just so amazing to me. I'm very grateful for McFarlane for doing that. But for the most part, that's really the only difference. It does come with some other different things. But these two figures are exactly the same. So other than that, I think the figure is gonna be what you would typically expect from a McFarlane figure. The quality that you would expect, I think, is there. And I think really they do a great job. The fact that they have a lot of these soft plastic in areas like the underoos here are very soft. That gives you some extra freedom. And the articulation, sometimes, you know, with knees and elbows, it doesn't always look quite as good, you know, because you've got, you know, the pins, and sometimes it's just noticeable joints like that, but it's still, you have some great articulation. You really do. You always got the T-pose and more. Not a whole lot of crunch The leg articulation is good. Knees are good. You got those, the double jointed knees. Elbows are great. You can move really easily. And they have their own kind of version of a butterfly joint in there. It's not quite, past this part of the chest, but it's still, you can still get pretty decent movement that a butterfly joint normally would do for you. I always think McFarlane does a good job. Definitely get yourself some good looking Superman poses. A little bit more crunch would probably be pretty cool. And the face looks good. The face really does look like David Corenswet, right? That's how you say his name, David Corenswet. It's definitely meeting the $25 whatever price point you would usually get for McFarlane. This one's a little bit more because of the extra theatrical special edition or whatever it's called, but I think it's meeting that quality. It looks good. We've got Superman right here. So this Superman does come with a bit more accessories than a normal McFarlane would, including Krypto. Krypto is here. Look at him go. So Krypto even has his own little cape in and of itself, his own cloth cape. And this is actually the same exact material that's on the other cape. It's not wired, unfortunately, but that would be pretty dang cool, right? So Krypto's in kind of like a static action pose, Yeah, Venom. He's in a static action pose. I wonder if it would work for like, if you wanted to have him flying, like if you wanted to have him in the air. I don't really know if that would really work. Maybe, potentially, I might give it a try, but it's a very welcome thing. It seems like Krypto's gonna be a pretty major part of this movie in this version of Superman, which I'm pretty excited about. Venom. Yes, you were just like my Krypto, buddy, but you're right in the way. So he comes with a couple extra hands, just like a couple of very open hands. These are like flying hands or whatever. That could be very, very helpful for posing. And he comes with 3 different faces. And I was expecting these to be like a soft plastic. I don't know why, but they're not. They're still not super hard, but they're harder plastic. So we've got a pretty serious looking face. Serious, but not so serious face. And then we've got, of course, a laser eye face. So that's awesome. Very excited to have these extra faces. I'm curious to see how these are gonna switch out on this head, because the head looks great as is. So I think I just take the face and pull it right off. And there we go. Whoa, that is a whole lot more creepy looking than I thought it would look. Because he's still got kind of like a mouth and eye structure. That's a creepy looking underface, Venom. All right, first let's try the serious but not so serious face. There he is. I kind of like this one actually. This is kind of almost a smiley-ish face. And here's the more serious face, looking pretty good. Then of course we've got the laser face, which that's a good looking face. I like all of these look really good. I'm quite happy to have this many different faces. I wonder if is it cheaper to just have different faces instead of different heads completely? I imagine it is. Interesting. I wonder why that's not more commonly a thing. Like if you're gonna save money on that kind of thing, why not just do the faces? Because it's fine with me, Interesting. Okay, so I think we can safely assume this is a 7-inch figure. Yes, it is. McFarlane, 7-inch. You're gonna be in the way for this part, pal. So a couple of things to compare it to. This is another McFarlane. This is from that Doomsday 2-pack. Really like this figure, really loved that Doomsday. This is the amazing Yamaguchi Superman. Such a cool figure. This is based off a New 52, which I really love, so it kind of makes me love this figure even more. So he doesn't scale at all. He's probably not gonna, Venom, dude. So this is most people's favorite Superman. It's up there for me. This is the Mezco Superman. And then this is also a lot of people's favorite Superman. This is the Mafex Hush, which I've done a lot of photos with both of these figures. Really love them. They don't scale, but man, they look good, don't they? Right here is the Fondjoy Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson Battinson. If you wanted to do something with these two, that would work because that would actually kind of scale up. This is definitely not going to be happening in movies, but that still looks pretty cool. And so another random thing here, this is the Muff Toys Metropolis Protector. This is a super cool figure. I didn't have time to do a review on this one, but I had to open it up because things were stacking up on my desk. So I did a mini review, short form. It's on the channel now, but a very, very cool figure right here. All right, well, what are we giving these two young lads? Krypto and Superman. Both of these guys, what are we giving them, W or L? I mean, I think you're definitely getting the usual quality you would get from a McFarlane. So if you like that, then you're gonna love this, and I do, so that's why I'm very happy with this. Especially the wired cape. The wired cape is such a huge W. Like, I could put it in a W if I wanted to. W. And the fact that he comes with Krypto is great, the extra faces. I would have loved a couple more hands. He only has one fist and one, like, grabby hand. I would really prefer 2 fists. I don't know, I think that would have been one extra little thing in this special edition that would have made sense. But either way, I still think he's a W. I'm happy with the figure. I was able to put him in some really fun poses. I was actually really enjoying that. So, W for me, definitely a W. Superman, huge S and a huge W. Let me know what you think. If you have these figures, let me know what you're thinking about them. Do you love them? Are they okay? Either way, let me know what you think. Well, it's toy photo time. Let's do some toy photography of some sort. Let's go do something. I don't know. Take a shot with these guys. Well then, I've got an incredibly simple setup right now. Very, very simple. Just Superman is right there, and I've got this incredibly harsh lighting going on, like very, very, very harsh. It's about maybe 6 p.m. and the sun is shining. If it was even a little bit lower in the sky, it might even be a cooler shot, but I'm shooting right now, and that's it. He's propped up on a stand. This is a Mezco stand, by the way. I did put a brick there because the wind's blowing a little bit. I might prop it on top of the brick too, just in case. I don't know, make it a little higher up, make it look like Superman's higher than he actually is, you know, propping him up a little bit. And that's it. I've got myself a super low angle right now. So if we look in camera, that's kind of what he looks like. And I've got it a little bit off center. Hang on. A little bit off center right now, which I think is actually gonna make it look a little bit cool. So I don't know, maybe it'll look like Superman's flying over Smallville town. I don't know. And I got those little telephone poles in the background. I think that's kind of cool. So that's really it. I'm going to use obviously my light reflector to bounce it off a little bit, but even if I don't bounce off a whole lot of light, it might just look cool having him be a little bit of a silhouette, you know? And that's really my entire shot. My shutter speed is at 1600 because of how bright it is. I don't really need anything crazy. I'm not knocking up any dirt or anything, but my f-stop's at 9. I turned that up so quick so I can still get that bright blue background. If I didn't, the whole thing would just be white. It'd be so bright. And ISO is at 400, as always. So I'm just going to take some light and bounce it and take the shot. That's really it. It's gonna be a very, very simple shot. Let's go. All right, post-photo breakdown for Superman in Smallville. And you know what? It really does kind of look like he's in Smallville. I mean, these old buildings back here really kind of give off that kind of Smallville vibe, you know, and the telephone poles kind of it's giving that off. I guess Cohoes, New York, and Smallville, Kansas aren't too far apart. I mean, not as much farming going on, but still. But here's the final product, and then this is the before. And so if you look, there's a pretty big difference. I did a lot to fix this thing up. So one of the things that really needed to happen was get rid of this minivan right here. That's horrible. That was such an eyesore. And so I used the generative fill to get rid of that, and that filled it in nicely with some more buildings. Very, very nice. And same thing with the stand here. And I did end up putting it on top of that brick, and it did help elevate him a little bit. That was actually a pretty, I'm glad I did that. That helped a lot. So getting rid of those made a big difference. But other than that, I messed with the colors and edited the darks and lights a lot to really make it feel more like sunset, and, you know, make it so Superman is more of a silhouette than anything else. You know, you can still see, you know, the blue and still see him a little bit, but I think it works out. And, you know, I think the yellow and the blue sky, you know, color is kind of nice, and something I feel like this will look even better from further away. Like if you're looking at this on a phone and it's smaller, I feel like it looks even better, which I guess isn't really a good thing. It should look good small and big, right? I do think it looks good from afar. And I did also brighten up a lot of the ground over on this side, and I added a big lens flare over here to just really make it feel like sunset, because it really was not sunset. All the shadows on the ground are kind of giving that up, but the sky and everything else, no. But anyway, let me know what you think. Give me some critiques as always, and let's just run the final part of the video. Man, these figures, all they're doing is making me more excited for this movie and make me want to watch it now. I wish it was out right now. But either way, they're great figures, and I'm very, very excited and happy to have them. But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo is going to be posted up onto Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that stuff. If you want to follow my work on any of those platforms, it's all listed in the video description below, as always. And thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video, and I really hope to see you in the next video.